Hey, we were talking pre-show. He just said, what if the last one's Rafi? Leave your comments on what you think it would be if it was Rafi. Also, she vapes. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
She does vape.
But I think her character is kind of limp. She started off very strong, and they limped her. They limped her good, and I think they could have made her stronger. But instead, they're like, "Oh my god, I have PTSD."
You're a drug addict. Man.
Yeah, it's like you had a strong character, and then you limped her. Like, why do you always do that? Stop limping your strong female characters. Like, stop doing it. Stop trying to. I don't even know why they did it. Like, she has issues. She's just like you. Like, no.
She got kicked out of Starfleet Academy.
Oh my god. So did almost Wesley, but he didn't.
Everybody got kicked out of Starfleet Academy.
No, clearly not, because Starfleet Academy sounds like all you gotta do is sign a piece of paper and you're good in it. Yeah, whatever.
I don't understand.
I don't get. I just think Star Trek and a lot of shows limp their strong, and I say strong female characters because if they're the ones always underrepresented to a degree, I think they limp them to make them feel real. We'll say, but why did she have to have an ailment so like that? Why'd she have to have that? Why couldn't she just be strong? Riker's strong as shit. He's a sex addict.
Yeah, he doesn't even sit in chairs normal. He kicks his leg over.
Why can't this is gonna sound so fucked up? Why can't Rafi be a sex addict? Would she not be strong if she was? Legit. Would she not feel strong? She's like, all right, hear me out here. Or Tasha Yar.
I think she did have
She
some
fucked an
sex.
android, and that's pretty much a dildo. So my point.
Tasha Yar's haircut was terrible.
Terrible. And her attitude was kind of terrible.
Yeah, nobody wants to fuck her.
Oh no, well they did. They did.
She was kind of mean.
She was mean though. Yeah.
Maybe she's like a dom situation.
No, she just was mean. She was like, she was Carter from Stargate, episode 1. Just because my reproductive organs are on the inside and not the outside.
That's why she had to have a
was the
machine
line.
fucker.
Well, I mean, I'd let Data fuck. So here's the thing. Again, all I ask is people to replace their character, like their archetype, like Riker. Sex addict, LaForge creep, that's fair. Whatever, and then make it a female role. Would you still think they're badass? And I'll be honest, yeah, I think if Rafi was just banging dudes and gals or whoever all the time, but still had the power and ferocity to do what they did to do, great. Wouldn't even care. That I encourage. Do what you got to do. But then to try to make them like, oh look, she's actually fragile and emotional. She's an addict. Like, why? That was unnecessary. She was strong as is. Why did you? And I know why they did it. They did it. In my take, it's just my take. Hot take. They did it because of, guys are threatened.
Yeah.
And I'm not even an advocate of that. I don't even give a fuck. But my point is, they ruined the character. That's all I'm saying. They ruined the character. Also, like making Picard a bitch in Picard.
Meanwhile, if Riker were to show up at my house or on a starship and he whipped out his trombone, I would be happy.
Oh my
to
fucking god.
spread
Suck
my
his
butt
dick.
cheeks.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I
Yeah.
don't suck his dick.
I mean, you could treat it like a trombone too.
It depends on his pube situation.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be.
But I would spread my butt cheeks.
Exactly. Here's another thing. If Riker came out and was like, he was an addict to a video game, but that's not.
Yeah, he was.
But if he was like, but it was kind of like just an episode off. It wasn't like a core character trait. If Riker came out like he's so fragile and a thing, you guys would be pissed. And that's how I feel about Rafi, because she was supposed to be angry at Starfleet. She was angry about it, but she wasn't angry for a good reason. No one's here. If she was angry for the right reasons, fine. But and by their fucking storylines later, she deserved to be kicked out.
Either way,
That's Picard.
24. I gotta
We're
go.
finally
Riker.
finished.
There's no way. I
It's
mean,
Picard.
It's gonna be
fucking
Picard.
I would say the Enterprise
Yeah,
would
you
be
might as well
impressive.
grab that bullet bottle.
It's right
There's
here.
no way it's not Picard.
One of us is fucked. Picard? Hell yes! From the only one from Picard, by the way. This is the only one, which is bullshit because Picard is known more for Next Gen. This was such a cuck way, like, this was a shoo-in for no reason. It's also a fuckery that Picard is a Cabernet Sauvignon from California and not France.
Exactly.
This should have been France. Yeah, that's how we're gonna feel about that. Like, this should have been France. They cucked this. They cucked us on this one. I'm gonna be honest. And I think they'd use Picard from Picard because the show is over. I think, right? It's completely over.
Yeah, it's done.
It's also a very interesting color. But it's over. But I think in collection 2 they can say it's Picard from Next Gen. And I'll say it again, like they also official. Boosh. I'll say it again. I think they cucked Picard in the show Picard. He's more fragile and understanding, and he's trying to bring peace. Well, I guess comes of age, you're trying
He's
to.
also like 85.
Yeah, but my point is, he also was strong and stern, and he believed in the right thing, and he would do whatever it took to do the right thing. And this one, I feel like he just was like, well, there's nothing we could. I'm just fragile, and it's a thing.
Well, I think in the show he was like 150.
Yeah. He was old as fuck.
Yeah.
My point, though, is that even though he was understanding, he always was stern, direct, and was a great leader. He was one of the best leaders. And in the Picard show, he's not. I don't think he's a great leader at all. I don't think he has that juice in him anymore. I know he's old, but
lost a step.
But I think like there was a chain of events that made that step occur, and I think it didn't make sense. He was the same. She made Admiral at one point. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
Did he actually make it? Yeah, he did. Made Admiral.
He got demoted from Admiral. And then
Yeah,
he
for
came
doing
back.
some bullshit. I don't know. Let's listen for the last. There's better pop. Here we go. It was not a great pop, but it was a pop, nonetheless. Picard boys. At least I got one. So if we were competing, which we're not, but if we were, I would win because I had 3 of them and he had 2.
Which isn't bad for 24.
5 out of 24. That's a 18% or something like that, right?
Yeah.
That's not bad. They cucked us too, though. They weren't
I
using
know.
characters. They were using ships and
Ships
fucking
and
and
space
Gorn.
stations.
Like, come on.
Gorn and fucking.
They never used Enterprise D.
Right. So you're
Weird.
probably right. They're gonna use this next year.
And you know what? I'm gonna buy it next year because I actually think this was the best advent calendar that I've ever done. Because in flavor wise, maybe not content wise, but flavor wise, this is actually really good. Because the last one I shat at, what percentage was this? You're moving it? Jesus Christ. 14.
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah, this one's gonna be tough though. Cab Sauves are kind of dry, right? Tastes like a cab, all right.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't.
Ooh. I feel like I'm in the back seat of a taxi cab.
Jello. That was an inside callback to a very weird day.
Yeah,
I'd actually-
very esoteric.
Very yes. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm actually kind
like
of.
it.
It's
It's got like
definitely
a
tastes.
watermelon thing
It
going.
no, watermelon.
Yes,
I do not get that.
Watermelon.
What? Wait a minute. Has anyone made watermelon wine?
I don't know. Try it again. I feel like I'm getting a little watermelon.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's not watermelon though.
Whatever that flavor is. Let's just say.
No, I think it's the finish of watermelon, but it's not watermelon flavor. It's that like the lack, whatever the fuck that feeling is after. I get that. I don't get the watermelon flavor.
It's a melon in general.
All right.
I like it.
Everyone knows the rules. I'm gonna look up. Is there watermelon wine? Holy fuck, there is.
I don't think there's enough like consistency in watermelon.
Watermelon wine. No, it's 100%. Well, yeah. So every of these watermelon wines, which is weird. I don't understand how this works. Someone read the comments why I'm an idiot about this. But they all seem to be Moscatos or Stella Roses, which are like 3%, 4%. But I figured, I guess I wanted to keep the sweetness, but you can always back.
There's so much water in
There's
the
so much
milk.
sugar in the milk.
Yeah.
Sugar, the sugar become alcohol because you
Yeah.
put the yeast to eat it and become alcohol,
Shouldn't it
fermented.
be really potent?
I would figure it'd be higher percentage, but I guess they don't want it to be super high percentage because they want the sugars to stay. But you could, like, I did a strawberry mead, and it ate it all, but it kept the strawberry flavor and the sweetness of it, but it's still a high percentage.
Maybe they're trying to preserve the human race because if a watermelon alcohol existed, all of us would be
Dead.
dead.
Yeah, I drink the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Not anymore, actually, because I've been a good boy, but I would still drink the shit out of it.
He was a good boy on Thanksgiving, but he's
No, I
dead.
wasn't. I actually ate. Actually, I was kind of good there.
He's dead now.
Yeah, it was bad. It was fine. It was fine. I mean,
Good thing we scheduled these.
this is.
I like
Fuck.
it.
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't think it's great though. I feel like maybe I'm just disappointed. It should have been a French wine.
Yeah, I agree.
Do we not get a French wine in here? Couldn't they have just done that?
No, we had French.
Did
We
we?
didn't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah. So why didn't we get a French wine? Why didn't you just juice that? Like they fucking miss. His name is Jean-Luc.
But he had a British accent.
Doesn't he live? Well, yeah, it's most do. Doesn't.
He didn't even speak French once.
Hey, he did. Frère Jacques. Frère Jacques.
No, man.
First off, I hate that fucking song. You played that on the recorder growing up. For those who played the. But I like of all the French things you have to talk about.
Yeah, that's the most basic.
You do that one. You juicing me there. You
And you're
juicing
stuck
me
in
there.
a Jacob's tube or whatever.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Jacob's tube.
Jacob's tube.
No, Jeffrey's tube.
Jeffrey's tube.
I don't know if you were making a joke or not.
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Yeah, Jeffrey's tubes. Which is what they were mimicking in Enterprise, trying to have the guy wrench in that fucking tube all day. I think this is a 7-7.
Yeah, I like it. It's not the best of the group.
The only
I
Picard.
like it, though.
I think it's also a travesty. They said this is from Picard. There's gonna be characters from Picard on here, and this is the only one who's in Next Gen. I think you should only show the original character. But then again, it's old man Picard, who's not a captain. Wasn't he Admiral?
Oh, this is a different one. No, that was when he got sweater weather. So, like the last season of Enterprise, he had to wear a sweater because it was too cold.
In Picard?
Yeah, he had like. Remember, he used to take his like thing off, and he would.
But I'm
stand up.
saying, he wasn't a captain at that point anymore, was
Yeah,
he?
he still was.
I thought he was an admiral.
No, when he was still captain of the Enterprise.
No, not Next Gen.
Oh,
Because it's not Next Gen. Look how old he is. He's not. He's
Yeah,
not.
he's
Yeah.
not.
So by this point, he was like acting admiral or something. He wasn't a captain. Oh, I didn't see his code. The past is written, but the future is left for us to write. And we have powerful tools, openness, optimism, and the spirit of curiosity. He did push that part forward, though, the curiosity thing. I did
nobody
like it.
likes Top.
You're right. I do think I have a lot of problems with a lot of shows, and I'll shit talk all of them because I have problems with it because I think it's stupid. Just like how they're remaking Dexter again.
What? Again?
Yeah. So when he got shot at the end of the last one in the chest, he survived that. Probably because they're gonna say the cold because it was cold out. He somehow survived that shot, and he's back, and he teams up with his son.
Yeah, his son. goes
Oh, he was in the other one. He still goes crazy again. I don't know. It's so dumb. I like Dex. I like the first couple seasons of Dex.
Yeah. Not for here.
We should drink blood and do a Dexter thing. No, you did not.
7.9.
That's close enough. What would you rate
The entire Advent
the
calendar?
the entire Advent calendar?
I don't have the experience you do.
Don't worry about it. What do you think?
Overall, 8.3.
That's fair. That's a good score.
There were some bad ones.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, I think you need to have the bad ones.
Yeah.
Not really, but the bad ones, you're trying to hit the niche crowd of something, and you're trying to have the user experience something different. So I think that's kind of important to kind of throw a curveball in there. I think it's a 9.1. I think this
Wow.
thing was actually. I take it back. I think it's a 9.5. Now here's why. I thought this whole Advent calendar experience has been nothing but enjoyable. Even the bad ones were fun. And the bad ones were fun because not because they were bad. It's because one, they were extremely rare. It's not like it happened all the time. Or often. It happened twice. And then even then, the second one wasn't even that bad. Only the one that had a peat flavor to it. Which I don't like peat. And that's more of my preference. It had a heavy peat influence to it. And I think due to that, I don't think that's should critique the whole box in itself, because I think it was actually important to put it in there. I've had a lot of Advent calendars in the last 5 years. Unfortunately, I have. Costco, fuck you. I love Costco to a degree, as anyone should. But their Advent calendar is trash. Total Wine's Advent calendar is trash. Costco's Scotch Advent calendar is at least different and unique enough.
Shocker! Kirkland sucked.
No, it's not Kirkland's. It's not Kirkland branded at all. What are you talking about?
Kirkland sucked.
It's not Kirkland branded. They just sell it there. God, you're dumb.
Keep
He
going.
has a thing about Kirkland because he doesn't want to be with everyone else. It's a whole
Nope, I
thing.
don't subscribe to cults.
It's not a cult, and yes, you do.
Yep, it's a cult.
You're literally a Star Trek fan.
That's a different cult.
Oh, yep, exactly. So as I've done a lot of Advent calendars. I've done a lot of Advent stuff, and I will say this had to be one of the more fun ones. I do think a lot of it is they threw a character on it, and you had to guess it, and that was fun. And that absolutely was fun. They did a little bullshit here, fun, and you know what? That's okay. The wines themselves, honestly, at the end of the day, were probably like an 8 average overall. But the experience, which is why all of us are doing is a fucking Advent calendar, including these characters, doing the guests, doing the bullshit, seeing what they would be, even though I still think this one's bullshit, I still think it's a 9.5 overall.
Great, and you can also say that I was better than Joystick.
Yeah.
For that.
1000%. And one, Star Trek lore is great, being able to back forth it.
The
Two,
guessing part was my favorite.
guessing was fun. I actually enjoyed tasting it, most of them. Some of them, like I'm gonna be honest, that last 6 were fucking phenomenal. That threw me out of. That threw me that the cocoa and the jalapeno rosé and the cocoa cayenne. Like holy shit, that was interesting. That was different. That felt good. The first 6 also left me with hope. I was like, oh my god, these are delicious for the most part. One of them was bad, but I'm like, holy fuck, these are great. These are amazing. This is a good experience overall. Yeah. So I think these were great.
I agree.
I think the Advent, I'm gonna get collection 2 whenever it shows up. I might even buy more of their shit just to try it out. I think even though they have to pay obviously a hefty fee for branding, probably, this was like $20 more than an Advent at Costco. You get better wine, you get less of it technically, but honestly the Costco one's trash. So is the Total Wines one, just absolute trash. And you get the fun element that it's Star Trek. And it's fun. And if you're watching this, it's because it's Star Trek, you fucks. So, Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? Who are you trying to top? Who are you trying to deny? Couple ideas, Chris. The only thing I kind of wish, and I don't know if it is, I might do my own research really fast. Star Trek Blood Wine, is that it might have been in here. It was their Blood Wine's a cab sav. It's $25 right now. Black Friday.
Get one. No, we didn't get that.
I might get one. Get shipping included on orders over 100. I don't want to pay that. Pay.
Let's get 4 of it.
That's not the math. It's 8, you jackass. It's 50% off. So Blood Wine's a cab sav. Was Worf a cab sav?
Yep.
Was he really a cab sav?
No, that was a weird. I think he was 12.
Romulan ale vodka.
Yeah, he was 12. He was a Shiraz.
Oh yeah, that's a bullshit. Damn, the Romulan ale. So I'm gonna be honest. I kind of want to buy the Starfleet collection. Starfleet collection, $213. You dicks. You fucking dicks. Oh, espresso martini. I want the bottles. I don't even want the booze in it. I do want the booze in it too, but
Oh, one of my low-key guesses was going to be Klingon Warbird or Bird of Prey.
so Bird of Prey was one of my favorite ship designs. I had that growing up as a toy as well. It was great. Actually, I hated the original Klingon warships. I thought those were dumb looking. But I do like the Bird of Prey. I think
That's
the Bird of Prey has the best
And
style.
I thought we were on such a ship trajectory that I was like, yeah, sure.
No, I realized they were doing cabin ships. They didn't do Enterprise D though. I knew Picard was the end. I'm actually excited for Volume 2. So go look, follow. I know this is a 20-minute fucking video. Following or fleeting up, I think is great. This was fun. I kind of want to buy more of their shit because it actually was really good. And I look forward to doing it next year. You're gonna do it next year, right?
Yeah, we're totally gonna be alive by then.
Or maybe. All right, guys.
Palate cleanser.
Palate cleanser. Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. Even though you'll probably hear from me and AIDS.
Bye.